Hello, my beautiful darlings, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Oh dear, maybe not the best choice of color for a tank top, but we are just gonna roll with it, even though I look nudie McCutie. But I'm not, I swear, YouTube, I promise. See, tank top, yep. Well, welcome back. Update 6. Or let's play through. I showed you the starter setup here. I showed you how to do the basic steel. And some of the advanced pieces of steel too. We did Caterium. We have done crystal. And you don't need to be a rock scientist to figure out the limestone, so. But there is a couple of things that I do want to highlight before we get into the nitty gritty stuff, because we're gonna have some fun today, which is needed. And I do want to dedicate this episode to Onawhim, who has a gorgeous channel here on YouTube, who does Satisfactory as well. And normally we do Satisfactory shenanigans on the day of war. Thursday. Earlier this week, since it's Sunday, Thursday when we were supposed to be streaming, I went on Di's Discord, Onawhim's Discord, only to find out she wasn't doing well. So I wished her good health, and I hate when my friends are sick. Honestly, I really do. And I'm worried so fucking much. And I'm gonna ramble a tiny bit here, so bear with me. So I went to the Discord and jumped into stream only channel like I normally do. And then I was like, well, we're getting closer to when we gotta start. No die. So in her journal, she said she wasn't feeling well. So of course I wished her speedy recovery and, you know, that kind of shenanigans. And Friday I went food shopping, and I was still worried. And I figured she just needed a couple of days, you know, to get her strength back. Because I was hoping it was just the heat, the pollen that has gotten to her, hence why she wasn't doing okay. Only to find out she's in the hospital. So those doctors better keep her safe, get her better, and bring her back. Yeah, I still haven't processed. I haven't. And I don't mean to be a downer, but I'm just very worried for my friend. And getting on here today was not easy, but I also know that she enjoys my videos. So, here I am, teary-eyed. And I'm gonna show you my compacted cold madness. Because I may or may not have once again, well, I always do, go a tiny bit overboard. So my hope is by keep on trucking on that when Di gets out of the hospital, there will be a nice relaxing video for her, and hopefully she's gonna forgive my teary-eyed fucking face. But yeah, normal coal generators, except for these babies, are running on compacted coal. And I'm sure you guys can count. There's a section of 6, and there's another section of 6. So that means in this row alone we got 12, right? So 12 plus 12, that is 24. Plus another 24. Oh, I'm sorry guys. I really am. I normally try to be upbeat and happy, but right now that is impossible. Oh. But yeah, so 24 and 24, and it might seem a tiny bit chaotic with all of the conveyor belts running through here, but I do promise you there is a method to the madness. Okay? So let's go over here, get down. And I am gonna tell the system to turn off my fly abilities just for a tiny bit, so we can see it from the ground, okay? And you might hear those weird alien swoopy swoops trying to convince us to pick it up. We're not going to. So this line coming in here that we are riding on, that's our overflow line that is sending the compacted coal back into the system, because we do want a steady flow. See, nice steady flow. Here on this one, it gets used as quickly as it gets pumped out, which is fine, it's okay. And here we got overflow coming in to this one as well. And this one is getting utilized as quickly as it's being made as well. Once again, that's just totally fine. Overflow coming in again to this line. So they get merged onto one line and then split up into multiples here to saturate the lines. And I had to redo this a couple of times, but worth it, because all of them are getting enough compacted coal to keep all of these 24 plus 24, 48 coal burners more than happy. And I got more than enough compacted coal. So if I wanted to, I could add a second level to this, and then even add more coal burners if I needed to. No problem. And the second time around, I might even be able to do this a bit more nicer, even though this confetti is not even confetti, even though this is running smoothly and they are all getting what they need. It can look a bit overwhelming and a bit confusing for people. I hear ya. I'm not denying that. But when you first start out with setting up your system, your coal system, you start up with setting up a section of 4 or 6, right? Making sure they all get fed. So we got product coming in, going down the line, feeding all of the coal burners. So if you just divide it up into sections, which logically I have done, and at some point, once I get the Mark II pipes, I can redo all of the piping, make it look a bit nicer, because I had to do a bit of pipe juggling to make the system run, and also making sure that all of the 48 coal burners got enough water. So a lot of pipe, a lot of pumps, and a couple of extra water extractors that I didn't anticipate that I would need, to be honest. But to make sure they all got enough water, I figured, why not? And at some point, I will have walkways going over this. So from the center all the way down and off to the sides. But right now, that is not necessary, because there's plenty of room to get around. But for maintenance sake, later on, I kinda do want some walkways, so it's easier to just look down the line and see if they are all getting enough compacted coal, even though they are. So yay, good job me. As you guys can see, full line. And that is again overflow going back to get sent on the main bus, so to speak. Because I have main buses going through each line, so they all get fed. And then, to make sure that they all get fed, overflow. Overflow, overflow, and merging and more overflow. So even though at first glance this looks like a logistical nightmare, I promise you it actually makes perfect sense. So to begin with, I only set up the first 12, and then I added a second line with another 12, and I made sure they were running nicely. And then I added a third line with another 12. And then there was the complications of making sure I had enough compacted coal to feed the lines. But lucky for me, I was working on something else while I finished up setting up the coal power. So yeah, I was working on something else with compacted coal. That way I could feed the system a couple of times just to make sure I kept it saturated while I finished adding the last coal burners. And initially it can be overwhelming because you want to make sure you produce enough compacted coal. Plus, sulfur is not a very abundant commodity, neither is the coal. So you want to maximize what you get out of it, right? And by combining the sulfur and the coal into compacted coal, I dare say I'm maximizing the most out of this system that I can, without having too high bells. I did hustle and bustle to unlock the Mark IV bells to keep the system running smoothly. But you can run it with Mark III too. No problemo. I did that too. But here is my little additional water pumps. And yes, they are overclocked because I needed to make sure that I had more than enough water going in the pipes. And we all know Mark I water pipes has some issues. So to combat those issues somewhat, I just added a bit more water extractors, and not all of them are overclocked. Some of them are, but most of them are actually not. So you see that line up there? That is where my main sulfur is coming in. And I want to make sure I had enough sulfur on my line. Since all of my assemblers, I had to find the word, it was gone, are overclocked. Because once again, I want to make sure that I had more than enough, because I couldn't keep running from here over to my other side, which I will show you, to get a tiny bit extra compacted coal to fit into the system. But I had to bring up some additional sulfur, so let's just you know, jump some pipes here, say hi to Mr. Bean. And honestly, this spot at Crater Lakes, I think is the perfect spot to have your compacted coal fuel burners set up. Yeah. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? Run, Fluffies, run! I swear, those vehicles are trying to give me even more stress and concern. Gotcha. Really? Really? You feeling brave, are you? Fine. Wow. You're one lucky little bastard. Come on. So yeah, I had to bring up some extra sulfur. Don't mind the clipping. I don't, because I don't look at it. Just follow the conveyor belt. And a tiny bit more clipping. As long as it's running and it's working, that tiny bit of clipping through the rock doesn't matter to me. See down there? That is some more sulfur nodes. That is here in the northern forest. And I had those machines just fill up the boxes, which is totally fine. But since it was not doing anything yet, right? I figured adding that tiny bit of extra sulfur to the line up there was all honky-dory. So that's what I did. It took a bit and it was kind of annoying having to make this pedestal. Guys, I'm not going to call this a tower because it's not a tower yet. I guess we could make it a tower. We got a spitter nearby. We could make it a tower. Right now, it's more like a concrete slab suspended with conveyor thingies going up. Are you up there? Is that? Hang on. No, no. Dang it. My platforming skills. I'll get stuck in the rock now. One thing is having conveyors going through the rock. Hello, buddy. Hi. How you doing? Yeah, I know. I come uninvited. I don't have coffee with me. And I do apologize, but I'm taking over this spot, okay? Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, did I say the wrong thing? Miss me. But, you kind of have to go, buddy. Sorry. Perfect! Unexpected surprise. Okay. And if we look that away, see that structure? That is just Caterium. But in case we need more Caterium, even though we have a second node over there as well that we haven't tapped into yet. Let's go with... Yeah. Great. Now that we have this nice little square, I know that we have some material here that we can utilize later. Don't fall. Yeah, I know I'm not getting hurt because I am a flying squirrel, and we both know, well, we all know what height does to a squirrel if they fall down. Ooh, bacon. But yeah, I honestly do believe that Crater Lakes is the best area, seriously, the best area to set up a compacted coal facility. Hello, buddy, don't mind me coming through. Yeah, don't mind me. Don't mind me. Coming through. You guys respond as well? Jeebus. Alright. compacted coal. I know it takes a bit to set up, but once you're done and you've got your assemblers up and rolling and you're making compacted coal, to begin with, just feed your system with normal coal until you have your assembler set up, and then just take half of the coal to begin with and mix it up with the sulfur, and binga banga booma, you got deadlocked trucks. Yes, yes you do. I don't have time for you guys, not now. I promise we will play later. Right. I said not now, guys. Okay, where is the problem, children? Oh, I just saw them on my map. I did say not now. Seriously. For once I'm walking and I'm getting ganged up by... I'm not going to comply. That's debatable. Since you apparently recruit vicious little fluffies. Go away. No, I will not comply. I will not harvest anything. Honestly, you guys don't pay me enough. Fix it, corporation. They don't pay enough. They don't. They honestly don't. Oh, health insurance. No safety ratings. They make you buy those. That's a big scary hand rock. That means we're on the right track. I'm just gonna ignore that one. Okay, children, what's the problem? Seriously? Seriously? Well, you look kind of cute, but that is not very productive. Yeah, you guys know what Fix-It would do? There we go. For non-productivity? Do you? Right. So. Bye. And bye. That should help somewhat. We're just gonna follow this buddy who apparently just wants a hug. I might have to redo those puffs, but... Oh, taking a nap, are we? Okay. They each got their own section. Hello, buddy. So, another chaos area. And no, it's not completely done yet. And we can still expand this. Hello, truck. So, this is our logistic chaos floor. doing multiple different things, right? Okay. Nice parking job there. So we're producing different things. Rubber, fuel, plastic, and from the main area we're sending out over some piping. And there is even some water extractor thingies. Yeah, as you guys can see, work in progress, right? Mr. Bean, are you breakdancing again? Well, you're getting better. Yeah. I was playing around with some designs while setting up this. Not fully done yet. And, well, I've been working on multiple different worlds, so to speak. And, I want to make some different types of designs for you all. And I gotta recolor those pipes. That's besides the point. So, all comes in, goes up, right? And into here. Can't go through there. And all of that is just oil storage. That's this entire line here. That is just oil. Then the oil comes out of these babies into refineries, right? Now, why are you angry? You're yellow. I see. What's the problem? Well, you're making purple goop. You're getting the production sent down. So what's the issue? I don't see a problem. Okay, you're back to green. Great, thank you. And we got more fluid buffers because when I set this up, I did not have the big guys. The big industrial size fluid buffers. So, they take the oil, they make their products. Sure. I'll say motherly figure, you gotta wait. Can you guys guess which one of these refineries are making rubber? For rubber ducks, of course! They're making rubber for rubber ducks. No? But the main bit is, they are all producing purple goop. The purple stuff. Heavy oil residue. So, the heavy oil residue get put in to these little babies to make fuel. And we got some extra steps in here just producing plastic. But yeah, they are producing fuel. But the point being, I can still add more refineries to the line here without any issues because there's plenty of purple goop, heavy oil residue, right? And that fuel then gets sent in to these buffers and then down to the last set of refineries. And those refineries at taking the fuel, getting some nice compacted coal. That is being made over there. And those in turn, they get the industrial fluid buffers, because once I got the plastic and the rubber, I hustled my little feathers to get the industrial sized and the Mark II piping unlocked. So this is my first area where I actually did get to use the Mark II pipes. So you guys now know what I have to do over there, because we need some upgrading over by the coal jennies. But besides that, they are making super fuel. Hence the red piping is right there. So yeah, super fuel goes out of these babies into there, then it gets pumped up and down the line, up and over. Speaking of up and over, let's go up. And we got a whole beautiful army of fuel jetties. And it's modular. So I started with a section to, yeah, here where the junction is, this one. Then I extended and added more. Because I didn't wanted to overfry the system. And all of this is modular. So we got one section here until here. Then we got the second section until here. Hi, hub. Okay. And the same on this side. Well, that side, I should say. And they need some recoloring. But that's a minor bit. The big bit is all of these are running. And I just took it bit by bit. And there is still plenty of room to go that away. And we can even put a slight curve into the building if need be. So for now, it's gonna look a tiny bit funky. But from what I have added onto this for now, design wise, this top bit, don't look at that, because that I still need to figure out. That doesn't look too bad. And don't worry if your designs take a bit. Honestly, I promise you, we're fine. Alright. Sippy sippy. Right. Okay, little buddy, why haven't you turned over yet? What's the matter? There you go. Go on. Go, 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 go. Alright, you'll figure it out. You'll be fine. But yeah, I had to add in a bit of concrete keepers. Come on, brain, we got this. Some concrete to that. And there has been some minor changes here. Our wire section is looking snazzy. Oh, let's say hi to the doggo. Do I have any berries on me? Yes, I do. Good. Hello, puppy. You haven't eaten anything. What's the matter? There's yummies here. Oh, fine. One more. There you go. But yeah. The wire and cable section is rocking and rolling, which then again is connected to our newest member of the structure family. Sorry. Not too sorry though. There's an AI limiter. Beepity boppity boop. Going into their respective box. And I did some preliminary work here. And I don't know how far we need to bring up these conveyor lifts or where. But I wanted a clear overview because these are the materials that we will be working with. And if we need to add ingot, steel, whatever else, we can take it from there or from over there. But even though it's far from finished, honestly, it's starting to come together. We got bells moving, we got trucks moving. Besides one. I think that one might be sleeping. But yeah, we got things taking along. Ooh, Sluggo. Okay. So, since we are in desperate need of setting up some electronics, we need circuit boards. AI limiters we're doing great on, so no worries there. But we need circuit boards, and later on we will need high-speed connectors. Sorry. But first and foremost, circuit boards. And the circuit boards are not that difficult, thankfully. There are different recipes for the circuit boards. Let's just find a nice spot here. Since we can always build up. I don't want this building to be too wide. So let's start with 2 here. See, the normal circuit board needs copper sheets and plastic. And would you look at that? What do we have here? Copper sheets and plastic. But if we don't feel the regular recipe, let's go through the alternatives quickly, shall we? See now, if you were running your system, your power grid, or additional power, I should say, which is a bit more common, I think, in this game, you can of course utilize this recipe because you would be producing petroleum coke, which is again a byproduct of oil, which you need to produce the rubber anyways. So essentially you can set up a circuit board area with your oil facility. You could. Who's to say you shouldn't? But since I already have my copper sheets here, I got caterium coming in already here, kind of, and we got plastic coming in. Why wouldn't I set it up here? I'm just giving you guys option for your own builds. And I got a runny nose because I'm still sad. And allergies. Not a good combo. So that is another option, which I think is cool. Get some nice flexibility. And then we got a second option. Right now, we don't need the silica for a lot of things besides making windows. So in principle, we could utilize this without any problems. Oh, how much does that give us? That gives us 7.5, right? And the other one with the silica, 12.5. So a slight increase. Great. Lastly but not leastly, we can use plastic and deuterium wire for a slight increase and give us 7 circuit boards per minute. And that one gives us 1 circuit board per minute. So you know what? Deuterium it is. Yep. But I figured instead of me just yapping along, some visceral 8s, so to speak, weren't terrible. And besides, who knows, some of these things might come in handy later. So, no problem. And when I set up this area, I wasn't sure which we were gonna utilize. See, we are gonna leave this here somewhat clear for pathing. Okay. So this one is gonna be by itself. But we are gonna merge that one and that one and that one and that one. This one we're gonna keep by itself. Not that we wanna isolate it, but we might need to have some circuit boards that we can grab for ourselves. So that's why we are keeping that one for itself. Right. Let's try something else here, just for funsies. Because I need to measure some distance here. That sits nicely. Okay. But what if... Oh! That would do nicely. Okay. Gonna take off the top one because we want to make sure that our input is coming in correctly. And see, our plastic is there. Yeah, we'll figure something out. So let's take that out, that out, and that out, and that out. So we just need to rinse and repeat 4 more times. But sometimes the best way of doing this is just putting them down. Right? Like that. So that way you can clearly see what you're doing. And these 3, and this body needs 4. 3, 1, 2, 4. That's one of the things that nobody tells you in this game. There's gonna be a lot of counting, math. Not that I'm right, but you know, that is some of the things they don't really tell you to begin with. When you start getting into it and figuring out all of the different types of machines here. And we are gonna proceed to do that carefully. There we go. So now, this looks kind of funky-dory, doesn't it? But it serves a purpose. So, all hands on deck. Let's see. You need how many deuterium? 30. So, we can get away with a Mark II. And the plastic, only 10 per minute. Great. That means Mark I. And it's gonna take you a while to figure out which conveyor lifts to use, when, where. And it's okay. I promise you, you'll be just fine. And there we go. So let's start with the plastic, because that is our conveyor lift Mark I. So we need that to go into there, right? And in order to do that, we're gonna use some stackables. If they would place correctly, that would be lovely. Maybe it would help if I weren't so fidgety. Fidgety? I don't know if that's a word. And since we got more material here, we are gonna play stack pole. Fix it. Logic game. Right. Now, I kinda wanna get our material from down there to up there. So we are gonna take a Mark III. I'm pretty sure we could get away with using other things, but I needed to comply. So 1, 2. That way we can still sneak the deuterium through and to over there. There we go. So we get a bit of shaping. Now, in between those, we are gonna utilize... Did I turn you guys the wrong way? Of course I did. Do over. But thankfully, it's a quick fix, and we noticed it right now. So... And the reason why I am taking out the lifts as well, that way you're sure they are connecting to the splitter correctly. Otherwise, sometimes it will give you the sound that it has connected, even though it has not. And it leads to a whole bunch of frustration, honestly. And we got lines. But the only line we need to be worried about is this one. Once again, conveyor lifts shenanigans. And we gotta redo the other side too, but it's fine. It's fine, no problem. I'd rather catch it now than being like, wait a minute, why is this not connecting the way it's supposed to connect? And also, honestly, I think it's very good for you guys to see as well. Because sometimes I think some creators just gloss over this shit. I don't want to be one of those people. I am gonna keep trying to do my best to show you the nitty-gritty shenanigans that goes into creating anything, really. Thank you, autosave. Happy you're working. But also, sometimes it sucks, okay? See, now that one is fine. Right. It's just the others. The others are not good. Let's just keep that one there for now. You're too far out. No. No, you're not. Okay. It kind of looked like it was way out there. And I don't want to have to redo this a third time, honestly. I got lines. There. That should do it. Well, once again, good thing we caught our snafu now and not later. There we go. Right. So, we need to get the Caterham from there, right, into that baby over there. Would you please? Thank you. And since we already got beautiful stackables, you know what? We're gonna use them. Let's see. I want to make sure it's connecting correctly here. And then, because even though it's a bit squiggly squaggly, it serves a purpose, right? This bit might look a tiny bit funky, and yes, we could do it more neatly, but I just want this up and going. So we're going to take Mark 3 for the plastic. There we go. For the Caterium, they are not going to be content with a Mark 3. We're going to do a Mark 4 on those. There we go. Yeah, I can live with this squiggly squaggly for now. If it really annoys me later, guess what? I can redo those. No problemo. The main bit is, again, getting the material somewhat in there, right? So we can make other things. You're pointing the right way. We need you that way. And you, I need you that way. And you that way. And you just get to hang out just for now, okay? Now for the output, we are gonna go with a Mark 4 because I don't want to have to keep an eye on this unnecessarily. So, and we are gonna need that there, and there, and for our little extra puppy right there. That way it's still nice and neat, and then we can go a floor up, keep this space bare, because if we need to make other things, we have a little section here where we can add some more production in here if need be. No one is just gonna get a Mark 3. And yes, I know there's plenty of space in between, and we can add more boxes in here, but I'd rather have that extra space. So when you get up here, and I'm gonna be adding stairs and stuff like that too, but when you get up here and you're checking the machines, getting your sneaky extra supply over there, you got room, okay? And that way, when we need to bring the materials up to the next floor, guess what? Room. Okay. Enough lecturing. Let's wire these babies up. And I got daisy chain mod installed, so I could do that. Whereas normally you would have to put down some poles and connect, you know. I don't necessarily have to. So let's see, where can we steal power? Well, I guess we could steal it from there. But the question, do we want to? Kind of. I thought I upgraded you. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. So we're gonna steal some power from there. And we're gonna sneak it. And hit our heads. And we went with the Caterium. 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 And Caterium. And yes, I know I can copy and paste this, babies, but I like to make sure that I have the right thing inputted, because I have tried to copy and paste and thought I did copy and paste and it didn't take. Would you look at that? We got assemblers. Roll it. Which means the next floor is gonna be the pancake floor. So let's put it right next to here. I was up. We're going up 3. And then 1 meter foundations, right? And I'm just gonna outline it quickly, because that is our pancake. Because they're stackable. So that is our outline. Almost. Almost. And there. There. Now we got our outline. Alright. Because that way you keep your shape of your structure. And we might do some funky shit on this end here for decorational purposes. But honestly, for getting a computer factory somewhat up and going, I think we did good. Plus, I did get to explain somewhat about the Super Duper Fuel and the compacted coal thingies. Oh yeah, not too shabby. And I will play around a bit, because I want this to be a bit more funky down here. This is gonna be filled out a bit more. That is my mini pancake floor to get some of the materials that we need in here. And that can be expanded as well if need be, no problem. And that's why you add in pancake floors, you know? That way you can get in your material that you need, send it up to where you need, or send it through. Either way it works. And you just keep rinse and repeat. Alright, enough babbling. That is all, my darlings, and thank you so very much all for being here. And make sure to go say hi to Di. Give her an extra hug because she needs it. And links and things like that will be down below, like always. And I'm sorry for crying on camera. Not really. This distracted me somewhat, but I'm still very, very upset and worried because my friend is in the hospital. But yeah, I hope you all have a great week ahead. And I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. And by then, I should hopefully be back where she belongs. And recovering. And yeah. I hope so, because I miss my friend. Alright, enough sobbiness. Later all.